A skateboard is defined as many things. Some people call it a wooden toy. Some people call it a plank of wood with wheels on it. Some call it a hobby, and some call it a sport. But there's so many different definitions for a skateboard or skateboarding because there are so many different skateboarders out there with their own unique characteristics. I just see skateboarding as a work of art in general. But I think the better question is, what do other people think?
Let's see. Skateboarding to me has changed over the years, like what it means. When I was young, it was just something fun to do with friends. Then it became, I enjoyed pushing my limits. And now I just enjoy the community of it and using it almost as a meditation and just kind of locking into something. And yeah.
Well, I would say skateboarding to me is an obsession. It's something that when I was young, let's say around 7 years old, first time I saw someone skating, I became so obsessed with it, every aspect of it, that I had to learn every possible trick that I could. And this obsession lasts for years until today. It's something that I'm so into and obsessed. It consumes all or has consumed all of my time, energy, and effort in life.
Skateboarding is, to me, a sport about creativity, about trial and error, about being the best version of yourself.
I think I was drawn to skateboarding because there's no rules, no teams. Like you could do whatever you want, go anywhere you want, and skate with whoever you want. You know, you could do anything. So you make your own rules.
When I really started getting into it, it was unique to my entire high school. Let's say there was only a few skateboarders, so as a skater, I felt like I was, I guess, special. You know, because everybody else, like the majority of people, were like, oh, you know what, that's too hard to do. Why don't you play a sport, or why don't you do this or do that? And I'm like, no, I like skating because it's really hard and it's challenging, and you could never learn everything in skating. You can't learn every trick. There's no way. So it's constantly, you're always battling with learning every day. You can't it's not like a sport where you score a goal and then you score another goal, and I don't know. It's like endless learning.
I started skateboarding purely out of just trying to find a way to pass the time and to be somewhat healthy, and just to do something that didn't involve me being cooped up in my room all of the time. But it started quickly evolving past that. And now I would classify it as I skate because it's just a way I'm able to express myself and to make friends and to find community in people who are completely different than me, and most other cases wouldn't give me the time of day.
Skateboarding to me is about the present moment. It's not about tomorrow, it's not about yesterday, it's not about an hour ago or an hour from now. It's about me putting all my time and effort mentally and physically into this one thing and getting so focused and so locked in on it to a point where nothing else really seems to matter.
I think everyone's style is in its own way creative, you know, because it's an expression of how you view the world, how you think, how you move, how you approach tricks. So it just inevitably comes through in how you skate.
There's a real minimalistic way of skating where you're not really flipping the board that much. You could try tricks where you basically risk your life, you know, or you can try tricks that are less aggressive on the body, you know, where you're not really flipping the board, you're just doing power slides and going up and down ramps. So there's no two skaters that are the same. Every skater has such a different style and different selection of tricks that they want to do. And it's a never-ending progression of your own expression of creativity through the different types of tricks and different types of styles of skating that you could choose to go, you know, adopt, you know.
Like, skateboarding was created as a way for surfers to be able to practice their craft when they weren't able to go in the ocean for whatever reason. And past that, it evolved from there due to constant creativity from multiple different people. And even now, when there's not too much innovation when it comes to skateboarding itself, people are still doing creative things all of the time, such as even just doing a trick off of another obstacle, like doing a kickflip off of a stair set, or seeing a fence and being like, I think I might be able to do a trick on that. I feel like skateboarding is inherently creative, and there's creativity even down to its very core.
When it comes to skateboarding, the whole entire world can be your oyster. Whether it's a drainage ditch, whether it's a ply of wood, whether it's a bank or a stair set or a curb, it's really up to us skateboarders to find the way to bring out the most creativity in that as much as we can. Not only just for the creativity, but to also push ourselves and to have fun and to make these moments we have in skateboarding just more worthwhile.
I had 3 best friends when I was younger. I grew up skating with, and all 3 of them quit. All 3 of them went to jail. And you know, I got in a fair amount of trouble myself, but I stayed with skating. And I think if I hadn't, things would have gotten a lot worse. And then once I had a turning point in my life, skateboarding was still there for me, and it helped me turn my life around.
I mean, it's kind of cliche, but hard work pays off, because it can take you about a week. It can take a week of trying one trick to land it. So what that teaches you is, hey, you know, if I really am into something, if I really want to do something, chances are there's more chances that I'll accomplish it if I try really hard, you know, or if I just don't quit trying it. But that time, you need to have that motivation though to put that type of effort into something. You know, and I've had it with skating, where you know where I would put that time and effort. It's changed a little over the years, but in my prime, I would say I would take weeks to just try one trick and then learn, hey, wow, look, some things in life don't come easy, you know?
A way to pick myself up after I get down. With skateboarding, you find a lot of failure oftentimes. I've spent several hours doing nothing but practicing one specific trick. Even just over the past few days, I've been dedicating like 3 to 5 hours of my sessions just like only practicing kickflips to a point where I can barely walk. And it sucks and it's really hard, but when I land it, there's not a better feeling in the world. And it really teaches you how to be able to get up from failure and how to push through it until you're able to succeed.
One of the things that skateboarding has taught me is that there is a difference between thought and action. Just because you think you can't do something, just because you're a little bit afraid to do it, doesn't mean that you can't do it. You could actively go out there and do the things that you want to do that scare you while you're scared, and begin to realize that it's not always as bad as you think it is.
Do what you love to do. And, you know, a bunch of people told me not to do skateboarding, or you're too old for it, or this or that. And you got to follow what you love and just keep pursuing it.
The amount of friends that you make and people you meet through skateboarding, there's nothing like it. Like, to have skateboarding in common with somebody just gives you this, you have this bond. Like, no matter who you are, no matter what race, what gender, or what style, who you are as a person, if you have skating in common, that will bond you with basically anybody else that skates, you know. So it's been incredible over the years to make. I wouldn't have made as many friends as I have, or met as many people as I have, if it hadn't been for skating. So
Skateboarding is the one thing that provides plenty for me, because it has done so many things for me in more ways than which I could ever imagine. And maybe it's done the same thing for you too. I've been skateboarding since I was 12, and now I'm 21, and it's safe to say that I've been on this wild journey and done things I never even would imagine. I've done some traveling, I've met some really cool people, I've done things that I never would have imagined I would have ever done in my life had it not been for skateboarding. It's changed the way I look at the world. It changes the way that I look at people, and it's been a very therapeutic thing for me, and I wouldn't change it for the world. You know, I could always imagine myself doing other things in my life eventually as I get older, but my goal is to try to skateboard for as long as I possibly can, to keep having this one thing that provides plenty. At least that's what I think.